In this video, we want to prove that every basis of a finite dimensional vector space has the same number of elements. So we're going to introduce two bases, and inside a finite dimensional vector space V. So base 1 is u1, u2 all the way up to um. So this has m vectors. And for base 2, it's v1, v2 all the way up to vn, which has n vectors. And so these are the two bases of V. Now we want to use a fact that a basis has two important properties. One, it spans the vector space, and two, it is linearly independent. So let's take B1 as a basis. We know it spans V by definition. And B2 is also a basis, which means it is linearly independent. So now we use a theorem that states that a linearly independent set in a finite dimensional space, vector space, cannot contain more vectors than any spanning set. So the n here comes from B2, the number of vectors in B2, and then m is the number of vectors in B1. So the number of vectors in B2 is less than or equal to the number of vectors in B1. Since a linearly independent set in a finite dimensional vector space cannot contain more vectors than any spanning set. Now we're going to flip this. Now we're going to say B2 is a basis and it spans V. And B1 is a basis that is linearly independent. So applying the theorem once again, we'll say that a linearly independent set in a finite dimensional vector space cannot contain more vectors than any spanning set. So now m are the number of vectors in B1, and n is the number of vectors in B2. So we're just switching those two. So from both inequalities, we have that m is less than or equal to n, and n is less than or equal to m. Well, that must mean that m has to equal n. There's no other way. And hence, the two bases contain the same number of vectors. And since the choice of the basis was arbitrary, it follows that every basis of a finite dimensional vector space has the same number of elements. Thus, every basis of a finite dimensional vector space has the same number of elements. This common number is called the dimension of the vector space. And so that completes the proof. But as you're thinking about this, a basis is a minimum set of building blocks for a vector space. So if you remove one of the vectors, it no longer spans the space. But if you add another vector, it becomes dependent. So because every basis is the smallest possible spanning set and the largest possible independent set, all bases must contain the same number of elements, the same number of vectors.